What is up, chosen ones? It's Fearfully Made. I'm back with another quick message. It's like 6:30 in the morning, and I have to get my kids up for school. But I was up all night, just kind of like thinking and reminiscing and a whole bunch of stuff. So that kind of explains the dark circles. I have another message for some of you chosen ones. You have to be okay with allowing people to have an opinion about you that's negative. Okay? You can't fight every single battle of someone's thoughts about you. You know, people are going to have what you would call preconceived notions about you, based off of what they were told by someone else. And to protect your peace, you have to allow people to have their preconceived notion and move on. You are going to lose your mind trying to fight every single battle, trying to, persuade every person around you into believing you. It just takes too much energy trying to, get people to understand you and who you are, and, letting everyone know that heard something negative about you, like, hey, that's not me. I'm not, this and that. I'm not fake. I'm not a whore. I'm not, all these things people say about me. And that was literally some of the stuff people say about me. But I would literally just lose my mind trying to, you know, get hundreds of people, thousands of people to believe me when I tell them who I am. Some people just, their mind is set on thinking negative about you. Their mind is set, okay? And they don't want to think positive about you. So they would rather believe what people say about you that's negative because they're comfortable with thinking negative thoughts concerning you. So, in order to protect your peace, you have to allow yourself to let people think however they want about you, feel however they feel about you, and just focus on the people that have positive thoughts about you. There's a witch in the spirit, and I'm going to talk about it anyway. Because I heard her casting the spell, saying that I'm not going to mention this part in the video, but I'm going to do it anyway. So what happens is when she comes across somebody, right? And they talk a little, you know how like we all have our private thoughts about people sometimes. If we see somebody we just don't really like their energy or like what they're wearing or something, or if they smell bad or something, we'll be like, she stank, or mm, he's, like we'll have our, or if we had an encounter with somebody, we feel like the whole conversation was fake or whatever, we'll just be like, I don't really like his energy or whatever, right? Our personal thoughts. What she does is she reads people's thoughts about her, right? And if their thoughts are not positive, she does witchcraft on them. And her reason for doing it is because she says, quote unquote, because they were talking ish about me to themselves. So when you think a negative thought about her to yourself, not saying it out loud, not gossiping or slandering her, just having a negative thought. Like there's a group chat of people that I can hear her in the spiritual realm. What she does is she'll say things about me in this group chat, and then she'll go in the spirit and listen to everybody's personal thought about it, and then she'll be crying to herself in the spirit like everyone's talking trash about me to themselves or talking ish about me to themselves because I said this about Desiree and her family or her baby's daddy or whatever, right? And then she'll start to do witchcraft on them. So if you're in that group chat, heads up. If she says something about me and you think negative about her to yourself, she's 9 times out of 10, you're gonna end up hearing demons or like losing some money financially because she likes to do homeless and hungry spells. So if you're in a group chat, pray over your finances, pray over your housing situation, and pray over your mind because, yeah. Anyways, long story short, so like every person she meets, she reads them in the spirit to see if they're thinking something negative, right? And if they are, she practices witchcraft on them, which can drive you crazy because it's like every person you have to fight and do spell work on because they had a negative thought about you to themselves, right? And so there's no peace in. If you want peace of mind, you have to be mature enough to allow people to have those thoughts about you, to allow people to freely have their opinion, right? Somebody was trying to hurt my feelings one day. They were like, some people just think that you're like too big or you're a fat girl or whatever, and you're too plus size, and they don't want to date you. And my thing about that is I believe that people have preferences. Like, I'm a plus size girl, but I don't really date guys that are plus size guys, which is kind of a weird preference, but I kind of like a certain type. And so it's like, I don't know why I'm like that. I don't. Long story short, I wasn't offended. I didn't go in the spiritual realm and start, laying the curses of Deuteronomy on them just because they said that they don't prefer fat girls. I was like, okay, well, they're entitled to their opinion. That's fine, right? And so some people can't handle just allowing people to have preconceived notions about them. They just have to fight every battle, and that could cause you to lose your peace, right? And so I just want to encourage you to just allow people to freely think and be okay with how they feel about you, because you can't win everybody. You are not. If leave a comment saying I'm not for everybody. Leave a comment in the comment section of this video saying I am not for everybody, because you're not. You are rare. You are one of a kind. You are you. You have your own energy, your own essence, your own flow, right? And some people just can't vibe with your energy, and that's okay. That's okay. All right. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Y'all will in peace.